There are stars, and then there are legends. Jerry Yen is both. From the heartthrob of Meteor Garden to the mysterious recluse who vanished from the limelight, only to return more powerful, more magnetic, and even more mysterious, his journey reads like a film. But behind that charismatic smile and brooding eyes lies a saga of love, loss, silence, and reinvention that will blow your mind. This isn't just a story. It's an odyssey. In the early 2000s, Jerry Yen wasn't just a celebrity. He was the standard. With his iconic role as Dao Ming-si in Meteor Garden, girls across Asia literally fainted at his presence. He wasn't just acting, he was the moment. He had it all: fame, beauty, wealth, and charisma that made even the toughest men uneasy. But what no one knew was that behind the red carpets and flashing cameras, Jerry was struggling with a suffocating loneliness. Fame had shackled him in a golden cage. Paparazzi followed him everywhere, and his every move was dissected. Then came the shocking twist: Jerry Yen vanished. No warning. No press release. No farewell. Just gone. Fans were crushed. Rumors swirled like hurricanes. Was it burnout? A secret relationship? A mental breakdown? Or something far deeper? Fast forward 5 years later. A journalist from Tokyo caught wind of a tall, quiet man volunteering in earthquake-hit villages in Japan. His face was partially covered by a mask, but those eyes, unmistakable. It was Jerry Yen. Living under a different name, Jerry had spent those missing years away from the glamour, working anonymously in disaster zones, helping rebuild schools, and serving food to victims. In a hidden interview smuggled online, Jerry revealed, "I lost myself. The fame, it swallowed my identity. I needed to feel human again." But what's even more mind-blowing? He had rejected multiple $10 million contract offers during his exile, including a Hollywood role alongside Nicole Kidman. His reason? "If my soul isn't in it, I won't fake it. Not even for the world." During his humanitarian work in Taiwan, Jerry met someone who would shake the core of his world: Luna, a fiery young doctor known for her bold spirit and obsession with skydiving. She had no clue who Jerry was. He liked that. One night, after rescuing children trapped in a flooded area, Luna confronted him. "Why are you always running from the world?" He answered quietly, "Because I'm scared it might want me back." Their chemistry was electric. But Luna had a past too. A tragic loss during a medical mission in Africa haunted her dreams. Jerry listened. For the first time, someone listened to him back. Together, they healed. Until the world found them. It started with a drone photo: Jerry and Luna holding hands on a mountaintop. Within hours, his name trended in 19 countries. "Jerry Yen is back," screamed headlines. Offers flooded in. Media vans surrounded the village. Luna was overwhelmed. Jerry tried to shield her, but the world wanted its prince back. In a tearful confrontation, Luna said, "I'm not built for your world, Jerry. I saved lives, not headlines." And just like that, she left. That night, Jerry sat by a waterfall, tears streaming down his face, whispering her name into the wind. Fueled by heartbreak, Jerry made a decision that shocked the industry. He returned to acting, but not as the idol. This time, he was on a warpath to prove his growth. His comeback film, Ashes and Stardust, was a raw, emotional thriller about a fallen musician fighting PTSD. Jerry produced it, co-wrote it, and gave the most gripping performance of his career. In one gut-wrenching scene, his character breaks down on stage, hallucinating the face of his lost lover in the crowd. He collapses. The audience doesn't cheer. They cry. Critics called it a masterpiece of emotional carnage. Jerry Yen had evolved. No longer the romantic poster boy, he was an actor, an artist, a survivor. During the shoot of Ashes and Stardust, there was one unscripted moment that sent shockwaves online. In a behind-the-scenes clip, Jerry walks onto set, eyes closed, headphones on, immersing himself in a scene. The director yells, "Action!" and Jerry begins sobbing, not acting. Real sobbing. The entire crew goes silent. Later, it was revealed that the music in his headphones was a voice message from Luna, recorded before she disappeared. "Don't let the world dim your light. Shine, Jerry. For me." That raw pain became the centerpiece of the film's climax. It wasn't acting. It was truth. During the Tokyo Film Awards, Jerry won Best Actor. As he stepped onto stage, the crowd chanted his name. He smiled humbly and said, "This is not my victory alone. There's someone I want to thank." Then, in the audience, cameras captured Luna. She stood, clapping, with tears glistening in her eyes. The internet exploded. Fans screamed. "She came back!" trended for 48 hours. Backstage, they embraced. Jerry whispered, "The world didn't win. We did." Jerry and Luna didn't confirm a relationship. They didn't need to. The world saw it in their eyes. Today, Jerry continues his work, balancing acting with humanitarian efforts. His latest project? A docu-series capturing the stories of real people from the shadows of society. He said, "I don't want to just be seen. I want to see others." At 48, Jerry Yen is more than a celebrity. He is a symbol of resilience, transformation, and emotional honesty. 1. Jerry secretly volunteering in disaster zones for 5 years. 2. Rejecting Hollywood roles to find himself. 3. His emotional breakdown during a live take with Luna's message playing. 4. The explosive return film that redefined Asian cinema. 5. The silent, powerful reunion on a global stage. Jerry Yen is no longer just the icon of Meteor Garden. He is a man who stared into the abyss and found meaning beyond fame. He proved that disappearing isn't failure, it's reinvention. And now, with love renewed, purpose redefined, and his soul reignited, Jerry Yen walks a new path. Not as a prince of idle drama, but as a king of comeback. In a world of plastic smiles and filtered lives, Jerry dares to be real. And that, truly, is mind-blowing. When we left off, the world had just rediscovered Jerry Yen, no longer just the soft-spoken idol from Meteor Garden, but a battle-hardened man with a soul full of scars and fire in his eyes. Now, we take you even deeper into what happened during those secret years, the power behind his silent return, and the jaw-dropping scenes that shook the entertainment industry to its core. Let's open the hidden chapter you never knew existed. Long before the world spotted him in Tokyo, Jerry had already spent 2 years deep in rural Nepal, hiding in a forgotten village that had no electricity, no phones, and absolutely no television. Here, he lived in a small mud-brick home and worked as a farmer, planting rice during the day and sleeping on a wooden mat at night. Locals called him the Silent One. But every now and then, someone would catch a glimpse of his past, when he'd hum a familiar tune or stare longingly at the mountains during sunsets. One night, during a village celebration, a child asked Jerry, "Why don't you smile like the others?" He looked at the firelight, then softly said, "Because I once smiled too much for people who didn't care if I cried." It was there that Jerry wrote a private journal, pages filled with pain, longing, and the haunting words, "If no one sees me here, maybe I can finally see myself." This journal would later become the inspiration for his comeback film. Jerry never planned to act again. But while working at a small earthquake relief center in Hualien, Taiwan, he met Xia Zhen, an independent filmmaker who was documenting survival stories. Zhen didn't recognize Jerry at first. His hair was overgrown, face tanned and rough from the sun, eyes distant. But one evening, she accidentally read a few pages from his journal, left on a supply table. Her hands trembled. "Who wrote this?" she asked. Jerry just stared. "A ghost," he answered. Moved beyond words, Zhen begged him to turn it into a film. Jerry refused for months. He didn't want the world again. But one night, during a fierce storm, lightning struck a nearby tree. Jerry sat by the window, shaking from the thunder, and whispered, "Maybe it's time." And just like that, Ashes and Stardust was born. During the film's most pivotal moment, Jerry's character was supposed to have a panic attack while trapped in a studio filled with flashing lights and haunting echoes of fame. But what happened on set was no act. As the lights began flickering and the sound of fake crowd screams filled the room, something triggered in Jerry. He fell to the ground, shaking, crying, whispering to himself in Mandarin, The camera kept rolling. He shouted, "Get them out! Let me go! Don't take another photo!" The crew froze. The director, Xia Zhan, wept behind the monitor. That take was used exactly as it was, raw, unedited, painful. When the scene was released, psychologists praised it as one of the most authentic portrayals of trauma ever captured on film. When Ashes and Stardust premiered, fans noticed something strange in the end credits. Amid the usual cast and crew names, there was a single, one-line dedication in cursive font. To the girl who taught me silence can be louder than screams, J.Y. Fans went wild. Some speculated it was about Luna. Others thought it referred to a nurse he once worked with in the Philippines. Conspiracies exploded on social media. But when asked, Jerry only smiled and said, "Some names are safer left in whispers." Jerry's first public appearance in years happened in Seoul. No one expected it. The award show wasn't even one he had been announced to attend. But midway through the night, the host suddenly said, "Tonight, we welcome someone who left as a star and returned as a flame." The lights dimmed. A single spotlight hit the stage. Jerry stepped out, wearing all black, hair slicked back, eyes sharper than ever. The entire auditorium went dead silent. No screams. No claps. Just awe. And then, a slow standing ovation. One that lasted almost 6 full minutes. The camera panned to celebrities crying. He didn't speak a word. He just nodded and walked off. A few days after his appearance, Jerry posted a handwritten letter to his fans on social media, the first direct message in over a decade. It read, "I thought disappearing was the only way to find peace. But I've learned that peace isn't hiding, it's being whole in front of chaos. Thank you for waiting. I am not the same, but I am still yours. Jerry." The letter broke records. Over 12 million shares in 24 hours. Translated into 17 languages. Posted on billboards by fans in Tokyo, Manila, and Jakarta. Just when the buzz couldn't get louder, Jerry dropped the biggest bombshell of all. He announced his next project wouldn't be a movie, but a live stage play, titled The Mirror Room, written entirely by him. The twist. The audience would sit on all sides, and Jerry would perform in the center without a microphone, relying purely on raw voice and emotion. Tickets sold out in 3 minutes. The show opened in Shanghai and left people sobbing in their seats. One reviewer wrote, "It wasn't acting. It was witnessing a man peel his soul in front of you." Jerry Yan's return wasn't a comeback, it was a resurrection. He turned silence into power, scars into scripts, and heartbreak into hope. The boy we once adored had become the man we never knew we needed. The world loves a pretty face, but it remembers a story that burns. And Jerry Yan's story? It's only just begun.